Kazakhstan stands in good position in nuclear development, as it follows from pragmatic nuclear power program of Kazakhstan aimed to achieve net zero emissions by 2060, said the Director General of World Nuclear Association, Dr. Sama Bilbao Ileon, in an exclusive interview to New Time reporter Baljan Samigulina on the sidelines of the World Nuclear Spotlight Kazakhstan event in Almaty. Dr. Bilbao also emphasized that the success of the nuclear power plan of the country hinges on public support in the upcoming referendum. How have nuclear technologies developed since accidents in 3 Mile Island, Fukushima and Chernobyl, according to WNA data? Is it safe to construct nuclear power plant in Kazakhstan? What is the future of nuclear energy in the context of the global green transition? To find out, please watch the fragment of the interview with Dr. Bilbao right now.
Dr. Bilbao, thank you for having us. Kazakhstan is considering to construct the first ever nuclear power plant in the country. So how do you assess the country's ambition as the Director General of World Nuclear Association, please?
Well, thank you for having me, first of all. And of course, the first thing, of course, is the referendum. So the people of Kazakhstan needs to agree that, in fact, they want to move forward with our nuclear power plant. But if that is a positive result, I think Kazakhstan is in a very good position to be very successful in this program because, first of all, Kazakhstan has already had nuclear power in the past. And second of all, currently with the Kazatomprom and the uranium mining industry, plus all the additional supply chain and all these other industry related to nuclear that already exist in Kazakhstan, I think there are very, very good opportunities for Kazakhstan to be very successful.
In the light of construction of first ever nuclear power plant in Kazakhstan, there is an active discussion between the society and also the experts. And we have had accidents worldwide in the US, Japan, and Russia. In this regard, can you say that the technologies for construction of the nuclear power plants has advanced since then, so that we can say that it's safe to construct such power plant in our country right now?
Well, nuclear power plant is currently the safest way to produce electricity, and this is despite those events that you have mentioned. But the reality is that right now, as we are looking at the 3 very important things that most countries are looking at. Number 1, decarbonization. Number 2, energy security and energy independence. And number 3, equity and access. In other words, making sure that the average person in every country has access to affordable, abundant, clean, 24/7 energy. When you put all those things together, nuclear energy does bubble up as one of the very good choices. And this is what we are seeing, that many, many countries in the world, all over the world, are actually, number 1, recognizing the very important role that nuclear energy has today and has had for the last 50 plus years. As you know, nuclear energy is today the second largest source of clean energy, only behind hydropower. And so that's very important. And then all these countries are also looking at new nuclear projects. So I think that the future is quite bright, and clearly the technology, these 50 years of a lot of work and improvement and lessons learned and collaboration internationally is making nuclear energy a very, very good choice for many countries.
Can we say that the world is increasingly short of clean sources?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, so as you know, we have this Paris Agreement by which we really need to meet net zero goals by 2050. And today we are very, very, very far away from meeting those goals. So we need much more clean energy sources in general.
In this regard, what solutions can Kazakhstan offer?
Well, Kazakhstan, I think that according to your energy plan that we were discussing yesterday with very many people from the energy department, I mean, we had the vice minister here mentioning your plan. Kazakhstan is planning to reach net zero by 2060, which is still very ambitious, particularly taking into account that Kazakhstan is a very, very industrialized country. You have a lot of natural resources, a lot of mining, a lot of industry, metallurgy. So clearly, I think it's the plan that the government has put forward that does include nuclear, of course, if the country agrees after the referendum. It's a pragmatic plan, it's a realistic plan, because sometimes we see that some countries have goals, but then there is no actual plan that actually is going to take us to achieve the goals. So in the case of Kazakhstan, it looks like there is a little bit of pragmatism that has been injected into this plan.
The World Nuclear Association supports the activities of World Nuclear University, other Kazakh students involved in the educational programs.
Yeah, so World Nuclear University is one of the activities that we do. The main role of this activity is to inspire and to lead and develop the next generation of nuclear leaders. And one of the things that we do that is very, very important for the nuclear industry is what we call the Summer Institute. So we have had, I mean, right now we have over 1,200 fellows that have participated in Summer Institute years for the last 18 or so years. And several of those, I don't actually know the number, but several of those are actually from Kazakhstan.
To conclude our interview, let me ask the last question. How do you envision the future of nuclear energy in the context of green transition?
I think it is there is a very positive outlook for nuclear. As you know, already in COP28, we had 199 countries that in the global stocktake highlighted how nuclear energy was one of the technologies that needed to be accelerated if we want to reach the Paris Agreement goals. And in particular, there were 25 countries that actually committed to reaching 3 times nuclear capacity by 2050. So this is an ambitious goal. It's going to take a lot of effort from governments, but also from the nuclear industry. But I think that given the size and the urgency of the climate change challenge, I really think that we need to raise our ambitions and do our best to get there.
Thank you for having us. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
It's my pleasure to be with you. Thank you.